Today I'm going to run a Simul, so everyone can join this Simul. Especially I'm asking people who are watching this video on YouTube. You can find the link on the description. However, this is the link, lichess.org/simul, and then these several letters. How to find this Simul? You can go to lichess, like this, lichess.org. Then here you click simultaneous exhibitions, more, and then you will find my Terbium Simul. So you click here, and then you would have an option to participate here. Okay, we are waiting for more attendees to come because several people wanted to play. However, I can see only 2 here. Okay, let's wait for a few minutes for more participants, because I was expecting about maybe 5 or 6 players to come. So where are they? Okay. So while we are waiting, I want to show you another way to practice. Okay, so let's click lichess again, study my studies, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to solve these puzzles because I'm preparing for 2 tournaments that I'm going to participate in October. So that's why I want to work with the puzzles, of course. So for example, what about this position, how to play? I'm going to solve it. Like, what would you do in this position if you were playing with white pieces? For example, here knight g6 might work. And then queen has to move to f6. And then what? Maybe knight e5. But looks like it doesn't work. Okay, what if instead we play this move? Queen goes to f6, for example. And then again, there is nothing clear. Okay, if I play bishop f7, no, okay, bishop f7 is a mistake. If I play knight g6 first, queen goes to f6, then I take on f7, queen takes, no, I don't take on f7, of course. If I take on e5, queen takes on e5, then bishop f7. But no, it doesn't work too. Yeah, so you see these puzzles are really difficult. I'm going to solve them all. Oh, actually, what about this puzzle? Here white to move, and white is losing a piece. If queen moves, we lose the bishop on b2. So actually the winning move here, no, not the winning move, that the move that can make a draw in this position is queen d4, taking this pawn. And if they take our queen, then bishop takes, check. Then king has to take on h7. Then we play rook h3 move. And then we can just so if king g8, rook h8, this is a checkmate, but if king g6, we can just force a perpetual check with rook g3, rook h3. If he would like to do like this, then rook f6 helps us, because king h5, then rook h3, and then we just repeat the position. If queen h4 blocking here, then this check works. Or maybe not. Okay, wait a second. Yeah, this check should work. He goes to g4. And then we're down a queen. So yes, you see, these puzzles are really difficult. Okay, let's check what computer says. Actually, queen d4 wasn't the best move. The best option is d6. And after queen goes to g7, we take on c2, rook c2, rook g3, with the idea to take on e5. Okay, this is how white wins. Oh, so my solution was really wrong. Okay, anyway, let's go back to the Simul. I'll close it. Okay, 3 players. Who else wants to join? Okay, anyway, let's start with 3 players. Unfortunately, there are no more people who wants to join. Just let me double check. Okay, just wait a second. I'll double check if nobody else wants to join, and we'll start maybe just in a minute. Okay, let's start anyway. Here we. Okay, what? Okay, let's start. So I'm playing 3 games. This is the first one. I'll decide to turn off auto switch. So e4. And in 2 other games I'm playing with black pieces. e4, c5, knight f3. Okay, let me click. E6, d4. Okay, fine. What I'm going to do? Okay, let me play e5 in this position against e4. Okay, knight takes. Or this is a king's gambit. Okay, I'll take on f4. And here I play with Elliot, who plays a6. Okay, let me play bishop d3. Looks like this player is offline, unfortunately. Okay, bishop c4 coming. I'm not sure that bishop c4 is a good move. I usually don't play e5, and of course I don't play against king's gambit. So what should I do? Queen h4, king f1. Okay, let's play this move, knight f6. So, and Elliot is still thinking. Oh, he played b5. b5 is a possible move, but not the best one. Why? Because it allows me to attack his pawn immediately while there is no knight on c3. Then he has to push, and then I may use the c4 square for my knight. The best move in this position before playing b5 was bishop c5. Then knight goes to b3, bishop a7. Some people also play bishop e7, so there are 2 possible lines. Bishop a7 and bishop e7, they are approximately equal, but I believe bishop a7 is sharper than bishop e7. However, Elliot forgot about it, or he didn't know, and he played a4. Okay, let's go back to this game. So after a4, what to do? Probably b4 should be played. Yes, so this is what Elliot did. What can I do now? I can castle, of course. I can play c3 or knight d2, or bishop e3, then knight d2, or bishop e4 maybe even. Okay, let me castle. That's not the best move, but it's a possible move in this position. So black plays too many with his pawns. too many times with his pawns. Instead, he should develop his pieces. So I think b5 is a kind of inaccuracy here. Knight c6. Okay, knight c6, then at least I can trade. But I understand the idea of this move. My knight on d4 is hanging. That's why I have to spend the temper to support the knight. But in this position, I think bishop e3 is a good move. That was also part of my plan. Okay, knight f6. What should I do with knight f6? Knight d2. c3. No, c3 is not a good move. What he wants to do, what about knight e5 coming? So maybe f4 makes some sense. But then bishop c5 and my knight on d4 is hanging, and I don't have knight c6 move because the bishop will be hanging with a check. So it doesn't work. If I take on c6, no, I don't want to take on c6. c4, c3. Okay, king h1 because I want to play f4. And maybe we'll play bishop g1 if needed, especially, for example, in this position. And then one of his knights goes to g4, I can play bishop g1. Okay, knight f3 is played here. Okay, can I take the pawn? Oh yes, I can. But then queen e2 should be played. Then d5. And white can take on d5, then my queen takes on d5 and play knight c3, winning the pawn back. Okay, Elliot played bishop b7. Okay, let's play knight d2. Maybe f4 was a better move, but in such a case, my e4 pawn can be hanging. For example, if instead of playing this move, Okay, let's make a move here, d5, right, and go back to the previous game. Okay, what did he do? Ah, yes. Okay, let's go back. So bishop b7. If here I play f4, then knight takes on d4, bishop takes on d4, and then this pawn is hanging because he opened his bishop. He played knight d4 anyway. The pawn is protected. It's fine, but black decided to trade. It gives him more space, but at the same time, I'm absolutely sure it's not in his favor. My only task is not to blunder on e4. Okay, bishop e7. If I play e5, then knight d5. Then queen g4 makes sense, attacking on g7. Of course, he castles. And if then I can play knight c4 or knight e4. Okay, here e5 looks good. Let's play e5. Oh, I think knight d5 is the only move here. Knight g8 doesn't make sense. Yeah, knight d5 is played now. Should I play queen g4? Knight e4 maybe right now. Okay, what if I play knight e4 right now when he is not castled? Okay, here queen d3 is played. Okay, just c6. Of course, maybe I can play this move, but then queen e2 check back. Oh, actually, why not? Then I just play bishop e7. Here, if queen e2, bishop e7, and this bishop is still hanging. If, for example, queen moves to another square, not to the e file, I can just capture. Okay, here, if queen moves to another square, I can just capture the bishop. Then at least I have a check on h5. And g6 doesn't work because I take with my bishop on g6. Ah, no, I can't because the rook is protected here. But I can take with the pawn, and if he takes with his knight, here I take with my bishop. If he takes with the bishop, then he blunders on d6. So you see, here he has to take with the g pawn. Yes, this is a critical mistake. If he takes with the g pawn, at least I can play queen to h5. Then king f8. No, sorry. Knight f6, g takes on f6, queen h5. Then he plays on... No, not in this position, sorry. Okay, if instead he takes with the g pawn, then I play queen h5, king f8, and then I have a strong attack. I can probably play with my rook, bring it somehow to g3, and threaten his king. But he took with the bishop, what is a critical mistake because he blunders knight d6. Here queen e2 is played, bishop e7. The bishop on c4 is hanging.
Okay, so king e7 I take. What about other games? Check, right, c6 then. Okay, and here Elliot plays queen c7 to trap my knight on b7. This is what I expected, of course. What should I do? Bishop e4 or queen f3? Queen f3, then d5. And then I can't really do anything to save my knight. If I play bishop e4 and then d5 here, I think I can take. That makes more sense. Okay, sorry about the camera, there was something wrong with it. Now everything should work. Okay, and Elliot plays d5. Fine. Bishop. Yeah, bishop takes on d5. If he takes with the pawn, I take with my queen, and then I have a strong attack. Okay, what about other games? Here on knight c3, bishop is hanging. Let's take it. Okay, here I take with my queen, and then I'm threatening a few checks with rook to e1. I can also escape with my knight now to c5, or if I give a check, then I can play to d6. Of course, he may capture on b2, but it's too risky because of his king weakness. What else can he do? Another important thing in this position is that rook d8 is impossible because of the knight standing on b7. Okay, looks like a blunder. I can take here with my knight, but let's castle maybe to allow white to make a move with the queen and still save the queen. So this game is okay. Knight d5. Okay, let's play rook e8. Of course, the queen is hanging. And on the next move, if the queen will be hanging on the next move, I'll take it. Okay, what about the game with Elliot? And now when his position is really bad, he decided to think and finally played this move, which is not a good move. He'd better play with his rook to e8 to be able to escape, something like this. Here I can give a check on e1. He has... okay, so b4. I take the queen. Okay, I give a check. He has to go to f8. Then what can I do? Okay, let's make a move here. Oh, let's just play bishop h4 double check. King f8. Well, queen f5 doesn't really make any sense because bishop comes to f6. But I can play knight to d6 with a temper, because the rook is hanging in such a case. But I like knight c5 more, because then I threaten the rook, and I want to play knight e6. I think this move is much better. Okay, and now here white resign. Oh, that was a game with many blunders. So we can quickly analyze this game, for example. Oh, but then I need to go back to the Simul. Okay, let me open another tab. Okay, here we are. Okay, and this is where I want to show you the mistakes. E4, e5, f4 I take, then if I'm not mistaken, knight f3 should be played. Let's check if bishop c4 is another yeah, this is the second popular move. Actually, knight f3 is played not to allow this check. However, after bishop c4, queen h4, king to f1 or e2. and it can still be okay because then knight goes to f3 with the tempo. Okay, knight f6, then knight f3, and then I took. Yes, and this is what I want to show you. Here, bishop d5, queen takes on d5, and knight c3, double attack. And this knight on e4 is pinned. That's why queen has to move. For example, queen e6 maybe. And then knight e4, queen e4. The f4 pawn is a weakness. So let's say bishop d6. Then maybe d4. White somehow tries to trade the queens, then to attack this pawn, maybe with his knight, and finally win the pawn back. But in the game it was queen d3, knight c5. If now queen moves not to the e2 square, for example, here I just take the bishop. Queen moves to e2, bishop e7, a developing move, bishop b5, c6, and this is where the bishop should retreat. The only square is d3. Okay, let's make a move. Elliot played rook e8. I can win the exchange by playing this move, but I can win the queen by playing knight d7. Check. He has to sacrifice the queen now. Okay, let's go back to the game analysis. So bishop d3 should be played. Knight c3 instead was played, then I took, and queen d3 is just a blunder. Then the game is over. Okay, let's go back to the only other game left, the game with Elliot. And this is where he's down a queen for a bishop. But the problem is his king weakness. Okay, and he resigned too. Okay, let's analyze this game. So e4, c5, knight f3, e6, counter variation, and then bishop d3. So here bishop c5 should be played, knight b3, then bishop e7 or bishop a7, for example, then knight c3, knight c6, and so on. But b5 was played instead. I'm not sure that people play like this. Yeah, this is quite a rare move. b5, and what usually white do to exploit these mistakes? So usually they just castle, but yes, some of them play a4, what I exactly did. b4 and castle now. Knight c6. However, actually, looks like a4 wasn't an important move. I think I could castle. Then, let's say bishop b7, for example. Then maybe play a4. Now, I really want to play a4, but I understand that maybe it's not the best move. Bishop e3, knight d2, and maybe c4 to get the knight to c4. I think this option was better. But okay, a4, b4, castle, knight c6. Oh, here I can just take and slightly ruin his pawn structure, but I think it's not enough. Bishop e3. Yes, and here, if only I play f4, what I was preparing, then knight d4, bishop d4, and then knight takes on e4. And there is no queen f3 move. For example, knight can go to c5, or just f5 can be played. Black is up a pawn. Of course, white has some activity, but it's not enough. That's why I should protect the pawn on e4 with my knight. Black decided to trade, bishop e7, e5, knight d5, then I play knight e4, and this is where he could castle. That was the best option. he castles, then I should play maybe this move. Maybe queen h5 first. Yeah, actually I like queen h5. Queen h5, then g6. Maybe g6, then probably queen h6 for now. What do I want to do? I can play knight d6, by the way, because after bishop takes, e takes, it opens my bishop. I can play maybe f4 with the idea to join the rook. I can play c4 with the idea to get rid of this knight, so he captures en passant. I take with my other pawn. And then I play c4 on the next move with my c3 pawn. So f6 was a mistake. E takes on f6. Then here g takes on f6 should be played. But if so, I play queen h5 with a strong attack. Knight takes on f6, then I took with my bishop, and here he can't take on e4 because then I take on e7, attacking the queen, and this is how I win a piece. So here g takes on f6 again should be played, and queen h5 with a strong attack in this position without this bishop and knight. But bishop f6 is a mistake because I take the bishop on b7. Okay, queen c7 looks like a good move because it doesn't allow me to escape. And I played bishop e4. As for queen f3, another move that I calculated here, d5. The knight here has no squares to move. And rook e1 doesn't help in this position. After queen b7, I can take on d5. This pawn is protected by his queen. Of course, I'm much better. I can put the pressure on f5 here, then forcing him to play e5, then maybe something like this can be played. No, I have several ideas. Actually, I can do with my queen to f5, maybe, yeah, f5. No, I don't like it. Yeah, I can just double with my rooks to put some pressure on the e6 pawn, but of course, bishop e4 is the better option. Why? Because it's not easy to attack this knight if not to play d5. But if he plays d5, I have bishop takes on d5 move, and now rook d8 is not an option. Even if he plays this move, and let's assume that this rook is not hanging, I can play rook e1 move, and this bishop on d5 is not hanging because of the pin. So I'll just take with my queen on d5. And how to play? The e6 is hanging. I can capture on e6 with my rook, and this is the check. If e5, then I have nothing to worry about this bishop. I can play queen f3. So after bishop d5, looks like he has to take. Queen takes. Then what? Oh, bishop b2 is a critical mistake, of course. Maybe this move. Then I check him. But then I escape with my knight to c5, and I'm okay, still threatening to give a check, and also another check. In both cases, he has to sacrifice his queen. No, after bishop b2, he lost the tempo, and then while his rook was trapped after king f8, then just knight c5. How to play in this position? I'm not sure how, but I definitely think that black has to play with his queen. Which square to? I don't know. If the rook is not hanging, then maybe queen f7 would work. No, maybe this move might help. But unfortunately, knight e6 work, And if king goes to the e file, then knight c7 is a discovery check. I check with my rook. If king goes to f7 or g8, then I'll take the rook first. So maybe king f7 is better. I'll take the rook, double check, king escapes, and the queen is still alive, but the position is absolutely winning. Now in the game, it's 97, he has to sacrifice the queen. Now it's over. Okay, fine. Thank you those who participated in my Simul. Okay, looks like it's over. Yes, it's over. Okay, thank you for everyone. If you like this kind of play, you can just leave your comment on YouTube or on chess.com. So, for example, this is my profile at chess.com. You can just follow me or send a friend request, and please join the group, which is called Tricks of Chess on chess.com. I'm going to post every event that I'm conducting. For example, this Sunday I'm going to conduct a webinar. I actually completed a few. Here you see all the news where I'm sharing what I'm doing, what activities I'm going to conduct. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel not to miss another stream. Thank you for your attention.